Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to Say It Now, Say It Loud, where I give my feedback and commentary to the latest news and entertainment from a positive point of view. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get those notifications, and let's get it cracking. All right, guys. So I know it's been a minute since I've done a video. However, with everything going on around the world and people quarantining, and even before that, I was really busy with school. Still am, but I am back and I'm here to address this situation. Basically, I'm just going to give my feedback, commentary about the situation. And I like to throw in a few positive gems. Maybe even if Chris or Queen doesn't see this video, maybe someone out there can relate to it and kind of like understand the situation from a positive point of view, because everyone is always, some people are very biased and they like to take one side, they like to take the other side. But me, I just like to keep it real raw, and that's that. So we all know that Chris ended up getting arrested. We know the whole spiel. Now, where I want to start off is just saying that, it always seems like, and not just this situation, but even with other situations where I've seen on the Shade Room, it always seems like people find a way to kind of like step away from the person who, is to blame, and they kind of deflect and find a way to make the person who is really innocent in the situation guilty. They try to flip it and reverse it. But, that's not the way to go, because when you do that, it's kind of like coddling the person who needs to be told this or that. It's kind of like basically giving them a pass and just patting them on the back. And I understand people go to jail, people go to prison. I've been in trouble before, so I can understand that. However, there's a certain point in your life where when you have to get fed up, and I'm talking about Chris Sells. I did a video prior to this video, which was my last video, before taking a little break, and I kind of gave him some good information, and just not from the point of view of a person who doesn't like him, because Chris Sells, I don't dislike anybody, and Chris Sells is very talented. He's a great father. He, what I'm saying, he has a lot of great potential, but there are some things that hold him back. And not even just things, but people. You could have people in your life, whether it's your grandmother, your mother, who will condone a lot of things, your actions and everything that you do. And that's just that. You can't coddle, and coddle just basically means you can't just like treat this person like a baby. And when they make a mistake, you can't just continuously say, oh, it's gonna get better, and pat them on the back. You can encourage them, but at some point you have to be stern, and you have to let that person know, hey, look. Because one thing with the judicial system and the criminal system, or whatever, the courts, you can't just keep going and doing the same thing over and over again and calling it a mistake, because from their eyes it's not going to be a mistake. And I understand that he's saying he doesn't know what happened or whatnot. At the end of the day, regardless of what, you don't want to continue to be in the eyes of the shadows, under the shadows, or in the spotlight of the police, and being arrested and stuff like that, especially when you have a child. And from watching Queen's video, it does look like CPS was involved. Chris already confirmed that, so that's nothing to play with at all, as well. So you really got to be careful with the way that you live your life. That's with anybody. Not just Chris, but that's with anybody. Um, Another thing, as I said earlier, people were deflecting and kind of like putting the blame on Queen, telling her that she shouldn't have went to the internet and this and that. Let me tell you something. As a mother myself, I have a son who's 13 years old. He's about to be 14. I will go to the ends of the earth and back about my child, about my nephews, about somebody else's child, especially when they're being put in a position where, they're being put at risk for certain things. Certain things I'm not going to address in this video. And I appreciate if people don't, comment it down below, dealing with some things that were involving baby CJ. I don't want to touch on that or anything right now. I just want to focus on this situation. When it comes down to your child, there is no such thing as doing too much. There is a such thing as not doing enough, but there's no such thing as doing too much, because as a mother, a father, or whoever, a guardian, grandmother, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, when it comes down to a child and their well-being, or just trying to confirm their well-being, you got to pull out everything. I don't care if I already talked to my mother or this person's mother, or I don't care who I talk to. If I still, if I haven't been able to confirm that my child is okay, and with technology today, I should be able to confirm that through FaceTime or some type of video, streaming service. Let's keep it real. If I can't confirm that, then I'm just basically not going to feel satisfied until I know for sure that my child is okay. And that's what it seems like Queen did, and I don't blame her. I don't care what nobody say. If you're a parent and you're pointing a finger at this young lady for going to the internet just to, find out the well-being of her child, then you're crazy. You gotta be crazy, because like I said, there's no such thing as doing too much. I would rather do the most beyond too much and know that my child is okay, pulling out all the stops and everything, rather than not doing enough and then my child, you know what I'm saying, is not okay, or my mind is racing or trying to figure out what happened or what not. So that's what it is. At the end of the day, everything else doesn't matter. And it seems like she tried to contact these people. Even Chris's sister, was saying, oh, they feel like, CJ was there, but they were lying or whatnot. This is my thing. They were spooked. They didn't want CJ to, they felt that Queen was going to come get CJ, or somebody was going to come get CJ. They were spooked because CPS was involved, social worker called, this and that. So they basically were hiding CJ. That's all to it. Anybody knows that how CPS works, and how social workers work, and when one of the parents go to jail, like, those people get involved, especially if there were previous reports. I don't care if there's previous reports of something happening. And let me tell you something, CPS ain't nothing to play with. So if you're out there making false reports on someone, not saying this situation, but just in general, like, just stop it, because they're nobody to play with. But anyways, they were basically avoiding CPS, avoiding Queen. They didn't want to give the exact location or whatever. And even if they did, as a mother or a parent, even if they did say, oh, CJ's good, he's here, let me tell you something. Let me see my child. put my child on FaceTime so I can hear from his mouth that he's okay, so I can talk to him. And that's that. That's all to it. But as I said before, people will, just because they don't like someone, and there's a lot of people out there that don't like Chris. There's a lot of people out there, that don't like Queen. One thing I will say, even with the Chris situation, people are holding things against him, and some people just don't like other people. But at the end of the day, some people don't like him because of what he's done to Queen. And then you have some people who just don't like him because of his actions online and the way that he is, very condescending at times. And at the same time, people don't like Queen for whatever reason they have. But at the end of the day, in each situation, we have to look at the facts. We have to look at what's real. It seems as though people on the outside looking in feel so entitled to say what a person should do or shouldn't do with their child. That goes for YouTubers, people making commentary as well. That goes for me. You can't tell a person how to look for their child. You can't tell a person how to feel. You can't tell a person what to do. Like, we're outsiders looking in. Who cares if these people are broadcasting their life on YouTube and doing vlogs? That still doesn't give you the entitlement to do and say whatever you want or spread whatever lies that you want to spread. It's not right. Because at the end of the day, aside from this YouTube world, this social media world where people escape to, it's like they're in a false reality. They let this stuff get to their heads. People go online, they talk a lot of mess, they do so many things behind that phone screen, behind the fake accounts. But at the end of the day, you still have to come back to reality and face the disgusting, nasty person that you are as an individual. So be very careful the way that you handle people. Be careful of the way that you speak against people, the hate that you harbor in your heart for people. Some of y'all go to church. You know what? And I'm going to save this for another video. But I'm going to just end this video with this. Some of you guys go to church. Some of you believe in God. Some of you claim to be good people. But deep down inside, y'all are nasty individuals. And I'm going to just say it like that. So at the end of the day, my conclusion, I don't blame Queen. She did what she had to do. Some of y'all dislike this woman, and you don't even have a reason for why you dislike her. Make sure you look in the mirror first and observe you, because the same excuses y'all use, oh, she's a hypocrite, this and that, y'all are hypocrites too. Y'all harbor hate in y'all hearts towards a person. So check yourself, because the same way that you judge the next person, and even those who have that hate in their heart for Chris, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not right. There's a way to address the situation. There's a way to give someone, correct them and give them good advice and positivity without harboring hate in your heart. So at the end of the day, as a mother, any mother out there, any father, if you're a guardian, an uncle, aunt, brother, taking care of a child, do what you have to do to make sure that child is in good care. Go all out. Spare no one's feelings. Because at the end of the day, all that matters is the child. And if that other person, the other parent or whoever understood that, they would know and see that the common denominator in the situation is the child. Don't go, you know what I'm saying, with people talking about, oh, he's good. Don't let nobody tell you your child is good without you knowing and seeing for yourself. Technology is too advanced. Because a person can say your child is good, but on the other end, they're suffering. Anyways, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Say It Now, Say It Loud. I am back and here to stay. Remember, stay positive. Don't allow anybody to rob you of your peace. Your peace is too precious. You guys have a blessed one.